In this video, I'm going to show you how our agency uses AI agents to streamline operations and save us thousands of dollars every single month. I'll walk you through three agents that we've implemented, one being the sales development research agent, another is a customer success agent, and the last is a project management and milestone tracker agent. Now, full transparency, there is a bunch of other agents that we do use within our agency, but they're much more nuanced and they handle small tasks here and there, so it wasn't really worth putting them in. Now, these agents that I did include, they handle tasks that usually require entire teams, from qualifying leads and nurturing client relationships to managing project deadlines. Now, imagine having an AI-powered sales assistant who qualifies and uploads leads for outreach, a virtual customer success manager that seamlessly handles client onboarding, and a project tracker that keeps everyone aligned and on schedule. Make sure to stay until the end because I'll be giving this entire document away for free. Nick Brew here. If you don't know who I am, I'm on a mission to make scaling effortless for businesses by helping them automate their operations and eliminate the need to increase headcount. So if you're a business owner and you want to automate your operations to drive revenue and create leverage, there's a link in the description that might be worth a look. I won't pretend it's anything other than what it is, just a way for me to help you streamline operations and make growing easier without adding more to your team. If that sounds like it'd make a difference, feel free to check it out. Now, getting started, what I've done is I've put together a mural board, which just highlights the systems that I've created that actually help my business, which gives you a little insight and kind of some demos of the workflows and all of those projects. Also highlighted some of the benefits, time savings, and the purposes of these AI agents. Now, starting off with the first one being the sales development research, also known as SDR, and a lead enrichment agent. Now, the purpose of this is number one, to research new leads, qualify those leads, and also automatically upload them to Instantly, which is a mass email outreach platform. But anyways, it's to upload them to Instantly campaign for automated email sending. So what we've done is we've created agents so that anytime somebody fills out our lead magnets, or anytime we just receive a lead through our funnel, however they may have gotten there, what we do is we take all their information and we qualify them. So we want to do things, we want to make sure that they're actually qualified to work with us. So, we only take on a select amount of projects and clients. So now that we're receiving higher amounts of calls, we can't take, some lower budget calls, for example. So how we do this is, one, we watch the incoming leads and we find the annual revenue of the company. So as you can see within Airtable, which is the CRM that we use, anytime somebody fills out our lead magnet, we're taking that new record in Airtable and we're passing it to ChatGPT. And what ChatGPT is doing, it's basically saying, I need you to look at the record and fill in their annual revenue. So basically you're looking at the field code company and inputting the revenue. So for example, there's a record field in the company, blah, blah, blah. Ultimately, it's trying to find the annual revenue online. So in another workflow, it's using Perplexity to basically search the internet and do a whole bunch of research to find this company's revenue to make sure that they can afford our services. Next, we're just doing some text parsing. So just structuring the data, updating that record into Airtable, and then passing it to Instantly, where it's going to be sent off into outreach platforms. So what we're doing at the same time is we're personalizing these leads as well. So if I go down to here, this workflow right here, this agent is basically researching incoming leads websites. So anytime somebody fills out our lead magnet, or they just get opted into our funnel and into our CRM, what we're doing is we're searching this lead's website. So we're searching this website, and what we're saying is, I need you to review this record to identify key details such as unique projects, strategic insights, successes, tools, or pioneering practices. Write a single succinct compliment, starting with really impressed by, admire the way, or a highly regard. Basically highlighting a verifiable achievement or strategy that showcases their industry contributions. And then I just give it some more structuring information. But essentially, we're just writing a personalized line to all these leads. So in today's day and age, it's so important to apply some personalization when it comes to outreach, because all these companies are constantly being spammed with your outreach messages to sell your services. So it's super important to stand out, and this is how we do it. So from there, we just update the record and send it to Lemlist. So this is previously when I used Lemlist. I use Instantly now. But anyways, it just adds it to the outreach campaign. Okay, so let's highlight some of the benefits. So number one, the obvious one, we don't have to hire an SDR or a virtual assistant. So we're saving thousands of dollars by not having to hire what companies normally go through in internally hire an SDR agent. So most of their salaries can be anywhere from $50,000-$70,000. So saving money right there. Second benefit is instant lead qualification and prioritization. So as soon as the leads come in, these workflows and agents are automatically running. It's automatically sending these outreaches, it's automatically personalizing them, and so much more. Third is the in-depth lead enrichment and personalization. So as I previously mentioned a few times now, is we're personalizing these leads. We're making sure that each one is enriched, that they're qualified, and as I've mentioned, personalized, because it's so important to stand out. And the last one is improving the team focus on high value activities. So this one, it's hard to measure for how much time savings, how much cost savings, but we're allowing myself, my other team members, to focus on higher value activities that really allow us to actually produce growth and scalability within the company. So we're not having to focus on these menial tasks like qualifying or personalizing. Instead, we're automatically doing this. Now, let's move down to time savings. So how I've structured this is before and after. Now, what it looks like before with the automated lead research and qualification. So we were manually researching and qualifying each prospect, which takes around 2 to 6 minutes per lead. So this includes gathering information on the role, company details, assessing fit, if they're a fit based on predefined criteria. Now you can imagine how many hours this would take if we're doing, say, 100 leads a day. Next is the automated email sending and follow-up. So manually sending emails and managing follow-up sequences can take anywhere from 2 to 3 minutes per email, especially if each email needs to be personalized or scheduled. So for follow-ups, setting reminders and tracking responses adds additional time on top of that. After, obviously you can see we're not spending all that time. So the AI agent performs both research and qualification almost instantly, scanning the profiles, the websites, and other data sources to assess lead quality. So for a batch of 100 leads, this saves approximately 3 to 10 hours per week. That would have previously been spent on manual research and qualification. Now we have the automated email sending and follow-up. The AI agent automates the entire email outreach and follow-up process, sending initial outreach emails and scheduling follow-ups based on lead responses. So this saves approximately 5 to 8 hours per week by eliminating manual email management. Now, I'm not going to say how much exactly this saves per month. It's altogether, all these 3 different ones, it's saving minimum $10,000, but it's hard to really identify how much it's saving us. Hence why I went with the title $10,000. But anyways, let's move on to the second one, which is customer success agent. Now, the purpose of this is to onboard new clients, streamline the client setup, send and collect Stripe invoices, answer client questions, collect information, and prepare account manager. So we have a few different workflows, and we're using a few different platforms. We're using Make.com, we're using N8N. So within Make.com, we just created a simple workflow to automatically send invoices. So anytime an agent is recognizing that something is changed as a status from lead to maybe closed or maybe client, in our case, it's client. As soon as that status is changed, it's automatically sending an invoice. So we have a section in our Airtable, our CRM, where we input the project or the retainer and the price of it. So it's taking that information as soon as they're closed as a client, and it's automatically sending them an invoice via Stripe. So it's creating them as a customer, creating invoice items, and finalizing those draft invoices and sending it to their emails So we don't have to do that no longer. Next, we automatically send welcome emails and add them to Slack channels upon payment. So we're just watching for whenever that payment has been made. And then we retrieve that customer within Stripe, find which one it is, and basically sending emails and creating Slack channels. So what these emails kind of looks like is we're saying something like, hey, Nick, we're pumped to start working with you. Please choose a time for our calendar to schedule your kickoff call here. We insert the URL. Also, do not forget to watch the onboarding video here, insert the video, and we can't wait to get started. Now, I can't stress this enough. Onboarding sets the entire tone for the client relationship. So this will allow you to have a longer lifetime value and have a better relationship with your client. So if you set the tone early at the beginning of how, prompt and responsive you guys are, it's going to allow you to have a higher lifetime value and increase your revenue. Next, we have automatically responding to client requests. So this is a customer success agent. So we're doing things, what we do is we often in the past have set up a assistant, an AI agent within Slack for our clients. So what we're doing is we're having a Slack trigger anytime a channel message is posted. It's going to trigger this automation. Now what it's doing, it's pulling from a vector database that a client particularly has for themselves, and it's taking a bunch of different actions. So it's going into our project management tool, it's taking email actions, Google Drive actions, calendar actions. So first it has to determine if it needs to respond. So that's where we prompt it within this agent. So we determine if it needs to respond. If it does need to respond, so let's say they want to schedule a call, it'll automatically go into our calendar, schedule a call right there. Or maybe they want to retrieve some information. So what it'll do, it'll go into Google Drive and it will retrieve information from their folder. Or if they want to receive some project updates, it'll go into Asana and check the latest project updates. Similarly to email actions, if they need to send or retrieve any emails or send emails to anything, it can do so within Slack right here. But anyways, that's essentially what the workflows look like. Now let's highlight some of the benefits. First one being it improves the client onboarding experience. So as I mentioned, it's so important to set the tone and ensure that your clients are having a good experience. And we do this through feedback and reviews. So we've ultimately come up with systems like this through those feedbacks. Next, we have enhances client satisfaction and retention. We won't go over this too much. We just discussed how properly onboarding your clients allows you to retain your clients for longer. Next is it reduces the workload for our account managers. So our developers, they are also our account managers. We don't hire project managers or anything. So it just allows our account managers or our developers to have an easier time working with clients and making sure that they have everything that they need. Also, it ensures a consistent follow-up and support, and that's pretty self-explanatory. A lot of our clients see that we have a Slack agent for them themselves. We set it up for them in Slack, and they're so impressed, and then they want something like that for their company. Allows us to continue working with each other, and it just spurs some more ideas, which it's awesome. It's an awesome thing to have within our company. Next, we have time savings. So we have onboarding and scheduling. So the customer success agent, it collects client information, sends welcome emails, and schedules meetings automatically. This saves 10 to 15 minutes per client. And I'm being pretty humble here, but this just ensures a streamlined onboarding process. Not to mention, once we take on more clients, this is scalable. We can allow, this can work with as many clients as we have. So as we grow, so do our systems. Or I should say our systems grow with us. That would make more sense. Next, we have the invoice sending and payment follow-up. This one isn't huge. It's just something nice that we have within our company. So this agent sends invoices, payment reminders autonomously, reducing administrative time by 5 to 10 minutes per client and ensuring timely payments. So the biggest thing is just making sure that we don't encounter any errors, and it's just ensuring timely payments. It's sending reminders, whatever. Client inquiries. So by handling common questions and low-level support requests, the agent saves 5 to 10 minutes per inquiry, allowing clients to receive instant answers without human intervention. Now, this is something that we're still trying to build out. We're still working out the kinks and everything, finding out which things we should be responding to. And that just comes down to a a very powerful knowledge base, and that's something that we're just still building out. But anyways, it does answer most of the questions for us. We still do have to review them and make sure that it's working properly because it's still in the early stages. But it's, as I said, just something nice to have within our company. Last but not least is the project management and milestone tracker agent. Now, the purpose of this is to track project timelines, send reminders to team members of upcoming milestones, and update the clients on project progress. So we do this through this AI agent right here. So this watches incoming requests and automatically notifies upon status changes. So let's break this down a little bit further. So we have an Airtable trigger, we have a Slack trigger. So this agent can either be activated through Airtable, so if a status has changed, or if a message was posted in our Slack, it's going to go to this agent and it's going to take some different actions. It's going to determine which one it needs to do. So let's say we post a Slack message in our channel and we want to find out where our project with a client is specifically at. So what it'll do, it'll go into our project management tool and it'll return the project details and give everything, every little insight and detail as to where the project is. Or let's say we want to email a client update. So we want to send them that we just moved on to a next stage. So what we do, we post a channel message, or we can literally just change the status. This is a better example right here. So if we change the status in Airtable from in progress to done, what it'll do, it'll go here, it'll determine which response to take, and it'll automatically email the client an update. So it'll say, hey, we just finished this project, and it'll ask for some feedback on anything and prompt them to schedule a call. Next, we have the milestone missed deadline, and if a deadline just goes past the due date, it's just going to remind the developer of that deadline, of course. So just notifying all the relevant parties. And of upcoming milestones, also pretty self-explanatory. So with any upcoming milestone, or if something new is added, it's just going to notify the developers, the account managers of the necessary information. And we also just have a vector store tool with Pinecone, so just including a database. Nothing too important right there. But anyways, the benefits here is it keeps our projects on schedule and it minimizes the risk of missed deadlines. So this is super important. It helps us be timely and just ensures a good relationship with our clients, which is so important because if we as an agency, we strive to work under retainers. The more retainers we have, the less we don't have to be sourcing leads and everything. So it's so important to keep good relationships with our current clients and ensure that we have a longer lifetime value with them. Next, we have enhances team accountability. So self-explanatory, not going to go into that. Improves communication with clients. I already touched on that. And eliminates the need for a project manager. So, we're not having to find someone to constantly oversee all these projects. I mean, with that being said, I do oversee most of the day-to-day, most of the operations, I should say. So I'm checking, making sure everything's looking good. But, having these systems in place, it just makes it easier and gives me a sense of relief, not having to worry about everything that's going on because this is taking care of mostly everything. But I do review most things. Next, we have the time savings. So we have automated task tracking and deadline management. So this agent will automatically track task progress, send reminders to team members, and flags overdue tasks, saving, let's say 15 to 20 minutes per project per day in manual tracking. Next, we have the automated client updates, where this agent just compiles project progress and sends scheduled updates directly to clients, saving roughly 20 minutes per project, not per day. So it saved 20 minutes per project each week by eliminating the need for manual reporting. Last but not least, we have the automated milestone tracking. So this agent will monitor milestones in real time and alerts team members to upcoming deadlines, saving 10 to 15 minutes per milestone in manual monitoring. So it's not saving a crazy amount of time with this specific system, but it is ensuring that we have better communications, better accountability, and gives us a sense of relief on top of the time savings. But essentially, that's everything. So we covered the project management and milestone tracker system. We covered the customer success agent. And we also cover the sales development research agent and lead enrichment agent. Now, as I mentioned, we do have other agents, actually a plethora of other agents that are working in the back end for our agency, for our clients. But, as I said, they're much more nuanced and not really worth diving into because, they're so technical. But maybe perhaps in another video, I'll go over them. But overall, these right here save me easily $10,000 every single month. Now, I highly recommend you at least explore implementing some of these systems for yourself. And that about wraps it up. So, if you're a business owner and you want to automate your operations to drive revenue and create leverage, there's a link in the description that might be worth a look. And, anyways, thank you guys for watching. Feel free to check out that link down below in the description. And I will see you in the next video.